So today we're going to go over the rules of exponents. I know you've done that in 8th grade and kind of revisited in 9th grade as well, but you really have to understand these rules to be able to kind of move forward. So with ECP, I'm actually going to be doing a little bit more with pre-cal for next year, since most of you are going into pre-cal. But even math 3 goes into exponents and quadratics, and it's all in one. So I want to make sure that you guys are kind of better prepared for next year. So make sure you understand these exponent rules. Now, the basic of exponents, we have your base and your exponent. So for example, if you have 2 for the base and 3 for the exponent, you would read that as 2 to the third power. Now, you can also say 2 cubed, but I need you guys to get in the habit of not saying 2, 3, because that's not the same thing. Sometimes for x squared, a lot of you guys say x2. It's not x2, okay? The 0 rule, that's when you have anything that is raised to the 0 power, it's always going to generate a number 1. That's your value. It's always going to give you that. So 2 to the 0 power is 1. That's an example. A million to the 0 power will just be 1. Now, the 1 rules, you have 2 cases. So when you're raising any number to the power of 1, the result is that number. So b to the power of 1 is b. 5 to the power of 1 is 5. Now, the second case is when you're raising one of the powers of any number to the power of any number. The number is always 1. So 1 to the n power is going to equal 1. Regardless of what this value for n is, it's always going to be 1. So 1 to the 20th power is 1. 1 to the millionth power is still going to generate a 1. So let's move on. This right here just kind of restates everything that I had in the previous slide for your 0 rule. Anything to the 0 power will generate a 1. For the 1 rules, anything to the first power is always going to be whatever number that was. Okay, so 100 to the first power is 100. Now, anytime the 1 is raised to any number, then it's always going to be 1. Regardless of what this exponent is, it will always generate a 1. So I'm going to do some of the examples with you, and then you guys will finish the rest of them. It should not take us that long, which means it should not take you that long. So now let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. So again, x to the 0 power, 0 is going to always generate a 1. So x to the 0 power is the same as just 1. And then you're done. Now number 2, a to the 5th power. Now for this one, it's not a 0 rule or a 1 rule because it's not a number 1. It's just a to the 5th power. That means you have to leave it alone. You can't, it's not a 0, it's not a 1 rule. It's just a to the 5th power. Now, b to the 0 power, remember anytime it's to the 0 power, it generates a 1, which means that you have a to the 5th power times 1 because it's b to the 0 power. This will generate a to the 5th power as your final answer because it's a to the 5th power times 1 is just a to the 5th. You guys will do 3 and 4, okay? I know that it isn't a lot of work to show, but make sure you're showing your work, right? Let's take a look at the next one. So the next one I'm going to do is number 6. So for number 6, 15 to the first power. Remember, any number raised to the first power will always be that number. So this is just 15. 1 to the 10th power. If it's a 1 and you're raising it to whatever number you're raising it to, it's always going to be 1. Which means this is 15 times 1, it's just 15. I'm going to do number 9. 2 to the first power, again, 2 to the first power. Anytime you raise a number to the first power, it's just that number again. So we get 2 times 3 is 6. Now number 12, 54 to the 0 power. Anytime you raise it to the 0 power, the rule says it's just 1. So 27 to the 0 power is 1, which means 1 is your final answer here. Go ahead and keep working on these, all right? Finish them up, and if you have any questions, if you're wondering if you got them right or anything, I will go ahead and answer any questions. Send me a message, remind, email, Google Class. I can answer you privately. Doesn't matter. But make sure that you do these carefully. They're not that hard to do. In fact, this video is not even 6 minutes long. So you should be able to do the rest of this in the next, I don't know, 5 minutes. So it should take you no more than 15 minutes. If you have questions, again, let me know. I'm going to do the next video for the next assignment. Each assignment is supposed to take you, or you're supposed to be completing each assignment per day, but you are more than welcome to do them all Tuesday, Monday, whatever day. Just make sure you're meeting those deadlines. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the next video so that you guys can feel free to start on that. But go ahead and finish this one first and make sure you understand it because we are moving on to pre-cal stuff. Okay, all right, bye guys.